The human heart works as a pump that circulates blood throughout the body, roughly the size of an adult's clenched fist. It consists of 4 chambers and conducts the blood through veins and arteries. The septum, or inner wall of the heart, allows each half of the heart muscle to perform its function without interference from the other. The heart has 4 chambers. The right atrium receives blood from the veins and pumps it to the right ventricle. The right ventricle receives its blood from the right atrium and pumps it to the lungs, where it is loaded with oxygen. The left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumps it to the left ventricle. The left ventricle, which is also the strongest chamber, pumps oxygen-rich blood to the rest of the body. The left ventricle's vigorous contractions make our blood pressure. The heart is one of the most important organs in the entire human body. It is really nothing more than a pump, composed of muscle which pumps blood throughout the body continuously. Throughout our lives, our heart beats approximately 72 times per minute. The heart pumps the blood which carries all the vital materials which is needed for our bodies to function and remove the waste products that we do not need. For example, the brain requires oxygen and glucose, which, if not received continuously, will lose its consciousness. Muscles need oxygen, glucose, amino acids, as well as the proper ratio of sodium, calcium, and potassium salts in order to contract normally. The glands need sufficient supplies of raw materials from which to manufacture beneficial secretions. If the heart ever ceases to pump blood, the body begins to shut down, and after a very short time, we will die. The heart circulates blood through 2 pathways, the pulmonary circuit and the systematic circuit. In the pulmonary circuit, deoxygenated blood leaves the right ventricle of the heart via the pulmonary artery. After this, it then chooses to travel to the lungs. Once it returns to the lungs, it returns as oxygenated blood to the left atrium of the heart via the pulmonary vein. In the systematic circuit, oxygenated blood leaves the body via the left ventricle to the aorta, and from there enters the arteries and capillaries, where it supplies the blood's tissues with oxygen. Deoxygenated blood returns via veins and re-enters the heart right atrium. A healthy heart contraction happens in 5 stages. The first stage, the heart is relaxed. Then the atrium contracts to push blood to the ventricle. Next, the ventricles start contracting without changing volume. Then the ventricles continue contracting while empty. Finally, the ventricles stop contracting and relax. Then the cycle repeats. The heart works as a pump, moving blood around in our bodies to nourish every cell. Used blood that has already been to the cells has given up its nutrients to them. It is drawn from the body by the right half of the heart and then sent to the lungs to be reoxygenized. Blood that has been reoxygenized by the lungs is drawn into the left side of the heart and then pumped into the bloodstream. This is where the blood is drawn from the lungs in the body and the ventricles that pump it to the lungs in the body. The output of each ventricle beat is about 2 tablespoons. In a trained athlete, it's about double. With the average heart rate of 72 beats per minute, the heart will pump about 5 liters per ventricle, or about 10 liters per minute. This is called the cardiac output. In a trained athlete, the cardiac output is about 20 liters. If we multiply the normal non-athlete output by the average age of 70 years, we can see the cardiac output of the average human heart over a lifetime will be over 1 million liters, or about 250,000 gallons. To conclude, the heart is used in many organs already throughout our body. The brain uses the heart to keep our consciousness using the oxygenated blood from our lungs. Muscles take advantage of it as well, using the amino acids and oxygen. Therefore, what would we be without our heart?